The 2016 Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour has once again arrived in Fiji. Coming into the tour's favorite stop, Tyler Wright sits atop the Jeep leaderboard with 3 event wins. Her dominant performances have left the rest of the tour looking for answers. Courtney Conlog has been the best challenger so far, taking an event win at Bells Beach and finishing second behind Tyler in 2 of her event wins. Sally Fitzgibbon sits in a close 5th and also looks to become the first person to win the Fiji Women's Pro 3 times. Her hard-charging and aggressive backhand have earned her victories here for the last 2 years. They will be fending off the rest of the field, including 6-time world champion Stephanie Gilmore and a dangerous wildcard in Bethany Hamilton. With a significant forecast looking to light up 2 of the best waves in the world, the women will be setting their sights on the glory that Cloudbreak and restaurants have to offer. It all starts right now.
We are live from the Fiji Pro Top 5 on the Samsung Galaxy Women's Championship Tour, coming to you from Tavarua Island, just a stone's throw from restaurants, about a mile north of Cloudbreak, 2 of the best waves in the world. Bula, good morning. I'm Ronnie Blakey. Welcome to the morning show. This is day 1 of the event window, and we have a big show coming your way before we find out if we're going to get the first round of the women's event underway this morning. We're going to be checking out the amazing run from Tyler Wright. 3 wins from the first 4 contests. We're also going to see some free surfing vision from the world's best, who arrived early to capitalise on some good swell. And later on, we'll have a look at Sally Fitzgibbon's amazing history at this event. Back-to-back victories, chasing her 3rd. She's been on fire, as have the 2 gentlemen right next to me. Ross Williams, good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning, Ronnie.
Well rested?
Yes, very much so. Thanks for having me.
And Strider Wasilewski, the big journey to Rio. Strider, it was a good one for you.
Yeah, Rio was amazing. Actually, I had a great time.
Always do.
It was, well, you got to make it.
Captain Fun. Boys, this is going to be a very interesting event. Obviously, the start of the year has been very different, with some challengers stepping up in a big way. Tyler Wright, what an amazing run she's had in 2016. 3 wins from the first 4 events. Can she be stopped?
I don't know, and this is a strong event for her, so she has a great chance to keep the ball rolling. That being said, she lost out in the 4th round last year, so a little bit of scar tissue. We'll see if she can kind of avoid that sketchy round 4. But, she is known for being a charger. She's had some notorious free surfs in big waves at P-Pass and even out here, so I think she can keep it going.
Yeah, she's actually come away with one of the best waves of the free surfs for the women. She got a wave yesterday morning or 2 days ago that was just amazing, just weaving through a barrel all the way through the inside, no hands, everybody out there was just giving her props.
This is up there with one of the best starts to a championship tour season for anyone in the history of the sport. 2010, Steph won 3 of the first 4 events. 2011, Carissa made 6 finals in a row. 2 wins in the first 4 events for her. So Tyler's in a fantastic position to claim her first world title. And that decision, Ross, to really focus on reaching that goal towards the end of last season is paying off in a big way.
I can't agree anymore. This just feels like it's her year. Obviously, she's got a lot of business to take care of, but you look at where Stephanie Gilmore is in her point of career, she's getting a little bit older. Carissa Moore seems to have taken just a little bit of a step back, so it feels like Tyler's year. This is, everything's set up for her. And then you look technically at Strider at her surfing, and she's surfing, from what I've seen the last several years, as good as I've ever seen her. She looks really confident, so the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, she's on fire. I like the like you talked about, the headspace and everything that's coming into it, like she was in that middle road for a while there where you didn't really get exactly like where she was at, and then she just decided, okay, I care. And then you see her at both sides of it though. She cares a lot, but she's down there with that open mind, and she's just having fun. Everywhere you see her, she's like got a smile, she's talking, she's way more interactive with everybody else. But then when it comes time for game time, she's on. So that's, both sides of the fence. That's a good balance.
And Fiji is perhaps her biggest test yet, because she hasn't made the finals of this contest before, and it's kind of the same story for the former world champs here. This is an event that's been dominated by one lady and one lady only.
Yeah, I mean, for Sally, it's amazing. Instantly when I think of Sally over the last several years, I think of her as just being a very fast surfer and amazing and unstoppable in small waves. But she's able to switch off that uncomfortable feeling, and that's what you get when you come here to Tabarua, especially Cloudbreak. You're looking at shallow reef; it's just staring at you. So, a lot of times you don't surf with that dominance. You just kind of surf conservative. You get in front of the lip because you're afraid of falling and hitting the reef. But Sally's one of those surfers that doesn't do that. She looks like she's ready to go.
Strider, maybe you can add to this, but Tyler for me seems to be one of those surfers that has the tools to get the job done here. She's so strong in these bigger kind of conditions, but in the past I think she's maybe suffered from wanting to go out there and catch the biggest wave and get herself the best barrel rather than just playing the competitive strategy.
Yeah, she's a go-for-it surfer. She loves it, right? She was out there on those couple of big days when you got that great wave, Ross, and she was, with her brother and getting lined up, and, she's going to still do that, but she's got Micro on her side, and he's putting her back into that mode where she needs to be smart in heats, which is, obviously she's got to make it through heats, get to the final, and then, she's going to be there in the end. Back to Sally, though, she's backside, it's just, you don't see it. You don't see the confidence, like you're saying, out of people on the backside. I mean, Kyle Abelli yesterday was like almost struggling to find the wave, and I mean, Sally was looking better than Kyle. I mean, honestly, she's like on fire through these events. It's just interesting to see the level of surfing that the women have out there.
And Potts and Joe Tapella are going to be talking about Sally more a little later on in the show. But let's have a look at the Surfline forecast, because this is really an event where you've got a few surfers who want it huge, and then a lot of surfers that are happy to see the forecast looking a little short on swell.
Well, you definitely, there's going to be some fun-sized waves coming, depending on how this storm plays out. You can see it it's spinning up, and you can see the main part of the storm, the red part, the purple part, kind of going off to the right a bit there. But we do have something in the window through the night on Monday and Tuesday, so that little bit of yellow is the swell kind of hitting us. And the swell today, it's not firing out there, but there's definitely some waves. It kind of drops off towards the end of the day, but the winds are actually beautiful, so the conditions look really nice this morning. And then as you see, Monday spikes up. Tuesday there's going to be some swell all day, just hoping that the winds stay beautiful for that. So then it drops off through the rest of the week, and hopefully then behind that there's more swell coming. So we've definitely got plenty of waves out there to look down at.
Sounds positive. We had some good swell in the lead up to the event window kicking off, and after the break we're going to see some of those warm-up sessions.
We are here in Tavarua, Fiji. The ocean is absolutely beautiful and the waves are insane, so I'm so stoked to be here. Restaurants is right here off of Tavarua Island. It's super fun being forehand on it and just pumping down the line and looking for the barrel and then finding like sections to hit. It's totally like heaven. The reef is really alive and beautiful, and that in its own is pretty intimidating because you know that it's sharp and fresh. When you're going down the line and you can see dry reef on this side of you, you're like, okay, keep it smooth and steady and focus on going down the line and don't fall. Cloudbreak is a 10-minute boat ride off of Tavarua. It's so awesome because you arrive up on the boat and just pull up to amazing waves. So you're just surfing a reef like way out in the ocean, which is pretty unique, I think. I just look for the ones that have a nice long wall and hopefully a nice barrel.
We are loving the opportunity to have Bethany Hamilton in the draw as a wild card. Once again, competing at the championship tour level, and she is one of those few surfers in the mix, I think, on the women's side, Ross, that just hopes it's way bigger than probably everyone else, because she is fearless. We saw her charging Piahi earlier this year.
Yeah, she charges. Born and raised on the north shore of Kauai, so she's got it in her blood. She's used to taking big, heavy waves and late drops and pulling into barrels, which is the name of the game here. So you never know. She could shake it up, but you know, like we said, the forecast is in that medium range, so I don't think we're going to see anything really scary this week.
She performs really well in that surf, though. She's been out there practicing. She's had the warm-up surf. She's, it blows me away how good she is in all surf. Just to be out there, let alone everything she's been through and gotten through. I mean, I watched her this morning, hanging out with her baby and her husband and feeding the kid, and just like the head on her. She's just so, like you were saying, she's so put together. She's got so much going on. Hats off to her. Absolutely. It's going to be fun to watch her run through this draw. Already we've seen some pretty exciting free surfing sessions. There is definitely a bit of a change-up when you start thinking about favourites in this contest compared to other events on the schedule. And one of the favourites at this event who's always performed well is Laura Enova. And Laura spends a bit of time over here. Have a look at this backhand barrel she scored before the event window.
This is one of the best photos I've seen. This was a few days ago. It was not the big day where the waves were huge and people were surviving, but a couple days later it was absolutely pristine. The wind dropped off, and that's the main thing out here. We'll see that a lot this week, you guys, where the wind just wreaks havoc, and the forecasters have a hard time predicting what it's going to do. There's this big heat bubble that kind of lights up on the main island, and it affects the wind. So we're going to kind of potentially tell you what the waves are like, and all of a sudden it will change midday. So hopefully we'll get just like that picture there with Laura. Yeah, that was just ridiculous. I mean, that photo says it all, and really, she just puts her head. I've been out there with her on days where it's, it's pretty heavy. The eyes roll back. She's going head down. She's got the gung-ho, just I'm on, and that's what you need out there when the ledge comes at you. You just really have to turn everything off and just pretty much put yourself in the spot and just head down. So she's got it. We're still waiting to find out if we're going to get heats underway in the first round, but let's check out some of the free surfing action that unfolded just a couple of days ago.
great shots there, and good intel for all of those of you out there playing fantasy surfing. Any changes to your team after seeing some of that free surfing vision, Strider?
No, it's kind of locked and loaded, but we haven't talked about Courtney much. She's been here for a week. She has been getting, amazing waves. She's been tube riding. She's just been tapped in. So she's definitely ready to go. Super comfortable.
And she's not too far behind Tyler on the rating. She's had a great year herself, so right there, and definitely a chance at taking that ratings lead if she puts together a good event here in Fiji. Rosie Hodge has been watching the warm-up session this morning, and Rosie is going to give us the call. She's with Jessie Miley-Dyer.
Thanks so much, and it's a big happy birthday to our Deputy Commissioner, Jessie Miley-Dyer. And Jessie, back in Fiji, we're stoked to be here. Why is this event so important to the ladies?
Everyone just loves coming to Fiji. It's such a special spot for the tour, and for the cloud break in particular, to have that really heavy reef break here for the women is, it's been a great addition, and we're really excited to have it back.
And obviously you've had a couple waves this morning. How are the conditions? Will we see competition get underway?
Yeah, I just had to test it. I actually got the first wave because I was like, it's my birthday, so I get to get the first one. But we are going to run round 1. I'm actually going to leave round 2 and 3 on standby as well. I think that the forecast that we're looking at and what I'm looking at this morning is going to be, one of the better days, and it's looking really fun out there, so it's going to be a good day.
All right, there we have it. 8 a.m. start for a big day, boys.
Bring it on. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Jessie. And after the break, we are going to be having a look at Sally Fitzgibbon's amazing run here in Fiji in the past with Joe Tappell and Martin Potter. Stay with us.
Good morning and thanks for watching the Fiji Pro. As we say a big bula and welcome to Dawn Patrol on the first day of the waiting period. As you can see, the pool is nice and quiet. All the competitors are out in the water because it is officially on for round 1 today. Joe Chappelle alongside 89-year-old champ Martin Potter. Potts, you were on one of the early trips here a couple of decades ago. You're fresh off the boat now. Welcome back to paradise.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Amazing place. I mean, it's no matter how many times you come here, it's just got that beautiful feel about it. The water's kind of therapeutic. It's nice and warm, and even though there's those shallow, crazy reef breaks, I mean, it's just absolutely pristine and beautiful.
Well, this is the place where the Dream Tour was realized as the tour stopped here many years ago. Potts, you were here for some of those early competitions for the best women athletes in the world. You kind of think about those big names that were winning this contest way back in the day. Hawaiians like Megan Abubo, repeat finalists like Melanie Redmond-Carr, surfers that were not afraid to charge when things got really hollow and dangerous.
Yeah, and you look at Sofia Milanovic too. I mean, coming from Peru, honing her skills on those beautiful long left-hand point breaks there. You know, came into this event very comfortable, and between Sally, Melanie and Sophia, I mean, that's pretty much dominated the world tour over here. And the boys are talking on the desk this morning about how the top seeds really do have a hard time out here. It's going to be interesting to see if Tyler, Courtney, the likes of that, Carissa can actually come away with a win this time around.
Really fun to look at the past champions. As you can tell there, we didn't have always a contest here over in Fiji for Cloudbreak Restaurants. The WSL bringing it back to life in the last couple of seasons, and we've seen total domination by Sally Fitzgibbons in back-to-back wins. Beat Stephanie Gilmore in 2014. Last year's Bianca Batendog, where she received hero status in round 2. Blew out her eardrum against Wildcard Mahina Maeda and did the impossible. Moved on against doctor's orders and took out a huge victory.
Yeah, I mean, this was hero status as far as I was concerned. I mean, surfing with a perforated eardrum, you know, when you break your eardrum, your balance is completely thrown off. Sally, as you said, against doctor's orders, taped her ear up and then absolutely just went to town. You know, I think, you know, with that head injury that she had, it just made her think smarter, made her surf smarter. She picked the right waves, she, you know, chose the right turns. She rode a little bit of a bigger board, which really did play into her hands.
Key moment there, board selection at every venue. Sally's so dialed. If it's a Rio Beach break, she's got these little hybrids she's working on. Last year was a 6'8". Made her really make and complete her rides against some of the favorites to win. She's beat Laura Enever in back-to-back seasons out here. Also Tyler Wright taking out Gilmore and the Bianca Batendog in the final. Domination in Fiji. Can't she go 3 in a row, Potts?
Why not? I mean, you know, she's looking fit and healthy. She's got a couple of finals already under her belt. You know, if she wants to move up into that top 5, top 3 picture and stay there all year round, this is going to be her event. You know, she's come off a solid results over the past couple of years here, but she really needs to walk away the win.
Well, she's so dangerous in the jersey. She's proved that. 44 straight quarterfinals. She's also been 3-time runner-up in the world. As we kind of flip back to last season, a win here was crucial for her, put her in number 3 position on the Jeep leaderboard, and she remained in number 3 to finish out that season. Another big top 5 finish for Fitzgibbons, and you see that same thing as this year. Early loss at the Gold Coast, and then picked up the pace kind of the mid part of the season. Looks like she's doing the same thing, Potts, this year.
Yeah, well, you know, started off the year very slow. First round 2 loss ever in her career, which is absolutely amazing. But then a second at Bells, a 5th at Margaret River in a second year. So she's got that momentum. She's got that roll happening. It's her pet event. If she can walk away with the win, it's going to throw her right back into that world title race.
Really exciting to see the matchups early for today. On opening day, it has been called on. Fitzgibbons was going to be positioned in the second heat of the opening round. It's going to be a rematch of the final last season with Bianca Batendog with something to prove. Round 1 is just around the corner as we stand by and wait for the horn to sound. Tatiana Weston-Webb already has the jersey, and it's going to be fireworks to kick things off. We'll be right back.
want to say a big bula and welcome to everyone in our beautiful shore in Fiji. May the wave continue to come and hope there's another successful competition. Chief Druku, his son, is going to be welcoming you to the island in the very traditional way.
Amuna ngira mai lam sa batom tumata. Bahwa ko kem singa lobby. Andar na ngona ne mata karama to na kena bini kuah. Ina hangom na misna hangom na lobby barokor kotaki. Kalau ngata tule mutu tanra na hilna magawa.
Scenes from yesterday's opening ceremony, and it was an emotional one. Chief Druku obviously passing towards the end of last year, and he's just so missed. But his son Other, the new chief, he welcomed the surfers, and he had a tear in his eye. I think it was a great feeling around the opening ceremony. Obviously, Chief Druku, just a legend in the surfing world.
Yeah, so Chief Druku, obviously the legacy runs deep, and his son Ada is going to carry that on, but Chief Druku did not miss a surfing event here since 1987. He's been part of that opening ceremony from the beginning, Strider. So, what a privilege for surfers to come here and share the waves, but, Chief Druku's family has been a part of this island for a long, long time.
Yeah, and Chief Druku himself, one of the first Fijian surfers, this guy, he just had so much around him. When he walked into the room, you felt it. You didn't even have to look back. You were like, oh, Druku's here. And it's really an amazing thing to have that kind of aura, that kind of presence in a human. And he's passed it on to Ada, and Ada had stepped up and he took the ceremony, like you said. Yes, it's the first one for him, and he's got these big shoes to fill in, but you know what? He did it with pride, and I think he did it with honor, and it was great to see him step into that place, in his father's footsteps. And you feel like, you see it, you look at it, and you get emotional. You can't not get emotional when you see that kind of lineage and it just continue on.
Big shoes. I don't think I ever saw the chief in shoes,
no.
But big flip-flops to fill. But he was a legend and looked every part of a big Fijian warrior, and was intimidating when he walked into the room. But as you could see back there in some of those photos, just a classic smile and an awesome human. He'll be missed, and I know all the surfers on the women's side, Sally Fitzgibbon said it yesterday when she spoke on behalf of the rest of the surfers. They're going to be competing in his honour, and it's going to be a special year.
It's going to definitely be a part of the mana in Hawaii. Mana is like that power, that feeling, that vibe in Hawaii, and in Fiji it's going to be that same feeling. I think all the competitors, both women and men, are going to have that vibe with them this year.
There was that big storm that came through here, and they were all sitting around bracing themselves for it. This entire place got torn to pieces except for Tavarua. And they all kind of looked up and said, thanks, Druku, because literally this was like one of the only places that didn't get smashed.
Yeah, Cyclone Winston definitely had a huge effect on Fiji, and we'll be telling you about ways you can help the relief effort there throughout the event. But we are just moments away from kicking off the first heat of the Fiji Women's Pro. Joe Tapel and Martin Potter are on set, getting ready to make the call for us. And boys, Joe in particular, I know you're going to miss Druku. Some good jam sessions last year.
Oh, that was incredible, Ronnie. I was thinking about that moment we had last year together, and I remember the chief wanted to play La Bamba over and over again, and we just kept playing and had the kava ceremony. Chief Druku, remember him for his amazing smile and welcoming us to paradise. I think the first thing you think of, Potts, is you come to this beautiful island, you think of perfect waves, but before that, the people stand out with the way they bring you in. They remember your name.
Yep.
And Chief Druku will be thinking about him this whole contest and bringing up all those old school pics of him surfing in the early days, Potts. They're so amazing to look at.
Yeah, well, I think he was the first Fijian surfer, so that says a lot. Obviously, the first trip I made here, he was a few years older than me, but it was amazing having him here on the island, and took us out to Cloudbreak and showed us that. And back then, it was like owned by Cloudbreak, so no one else could surf it. So we had it to ourselves. Amazing, amazing memories.
The feeling is amazing. Energy now as we think about the first round getting underway on the opening day of competition. It's an all-Hawaiian matchup.